All right, and welcome back to the Nexus Gaming Series. I am Bahamut, your caster. On the left-hand side, we are going to have Modo. On the right, we are going to be having Macro Trash. This is a Nexus Gaming Series division. No, this is the Heroic Division. I don't know. I keep following them. It's just like Division A, Division B, Division Heroic? No. So this is a Heroic Division matchup. We are going to be getting into this just a second. This is Braxis Holdout, first game. You have fun. Do it for the love of the game, Baha. Just so much positivity from these teams. But let's go ahead and just get into the coin flip, actually, as we're going to wait for these teams to get some bans out here really quickly, because we can talk about standard bans like Maiev, Garrosh, Malfurion, Stukov. I mean, those are the standards we're probably going to see in a map like this. Alex Straza maybe in the later half. But either way, coin flip was won by Macro Trash. As always, Hedgie got his heads coin flip. So they went ahead and banned out Sky Temple. Dragonshire was banned out by Modo. First map was chosen by Macro Trash. They, picked Braxis Holdout, giving first pick, first ban over to Modo. Game 2 will be on Tomb of the Spider Queen, chosen by Modo, giving first pick, first ban over to Macro Trash. That Garrosh ban coming out. Some standards we're going to be seeing here. Nothing too out of the ordinary, I do think. We can talk a little bit about some macro play, some micro play on this map. Overall, point control is the name of the game. You can play this, on the divier side. You can play this on, a little bit more of a passive side. We'll see how that's going to be coming out. The big question is what is Macro Trash going to be letting through? God, it's so great to see a 120-second delay, and I look over at my own stream. I'm just like, Bandit Cam, perfect. That's great. We're actually going to be getting the Genji ban here. Not going to want to deal with the deflect and sort of rotations that you get from Genji, as well as the picks that can come out from that. Junkrat going to be the first pick on the side of Modo. Not a strong, actually a very strong pick, and I was going to say not a bad pick to start out with. The displacement you can get with a concussion mine, the zoning and the vision you can utilize around the trap is huge, and the poke damage from Junkrat is huge. Just infinite poke. It's just annoying. It's so annoying. The beloved Bandit Cam. Thank you, Get Rip Gamer. Thank you for coming by, enjoying the stream. Appreciate that, man. Hope you're having a great night. I hope your Fortnite's going well. I really hope you get that win. Stukov Hanzo, though, going to be picked up on the side of Macro Trash. The zoning that can come out from Stukov, as well as the Pustule, really, really beneficial for the team. The single target disengage with the massive shove, even then, the flailing swipe, either or, I think are phenomenal talents at 10. And then just overall, I think Stukov just a strong healer. Beefy boy got the strong auto attack. And then Hanzo offers quite a bit into the team. Poke damage out from the scatter arrow, vision from the Sonic, and then just typically we see redemption with the W upgrade on the sharpened arrow. And then usually the armor reduction at 7, or some variety in that. But either way, we do get a Maiev Malfurion here. I think that's a strong combination from Modo. The Maiev offering a lot into these fights, pulling a lot of the members back into the fray. Usually having a Malfurion root dropped underneath them. Even then, if you get that Umbral Bind into one of the members, you get a concussion mine right kind of placed in the right spot, you can realistically set them flying into your backline and they just get blown up. We'll see here. We get into the ban phase. Macro Trash picked Braxis. Yes, that is correct, Taki. Macro Trash did pick Braxis, and Tomb of the Spider Queen was chosen by Modo, which will be our game number 2. How you doing? Thanks for coming by the way. Hope you're having a great night. Let's see here. Ban-wise, they're going to need a main tank, and they're going to need a solo laner. Big choice is what you want to choke out. I like the idea of an ETC ban. But Diablo could be huge. Yeah, that's not bad. They're going to ban out that Diablo. And I don't disagree with that at all. I think Diablo has a stronger fight around the point control. It must mean that Macro Trash really doesn't plan on taking it themselves. They will have the first pick after this ban phase here. Huff sends his regards. Huff, thank you for sending your regards. He spells it regards. Oh, Huff. I corrected that part. These teams just, I'm so, the camaraderie between these teams is so great. But either way, Macro Trash is going to need... They're going to need a main tank. They're going to need some wave clear. And they're going to need their solo laner. I think maybe taking away the Gul'dan would be really strong on the side of Modo here. I think Gul'dan could be absolutely devastating on a map like this, but they're going to go ahead and get rid of the Blaze. They do not want to see that in the solo lane. What do they prioritize, though, on the side of Macro Trash is a big part. They've got their Stukov. They've got a solid healer. They've got their Hanzo for some good poke damage. That will be in the 4-man. They need to consider their top lane. I'm smiling because I'm thinking, I'm like, do they Rexar? Joanna and Sonya. Okay, so they're not going to Rexar. Joanna for the 4-man. Sonya going to be in that top lane. They're going to need their wave cleared. Trade you guys Malf for a 3rd ban. Zagara, though, actually going to be popping out into that solo lane. Fortnite is not as good as a Baja cast. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Get Rip Gamer. I don't know, like, should I just call you, should I just say Zulkin or Get Rip Gamer? I'm not sure. We gotta figure out which one. You know, I love me some Fortnite. That is true. Like, and your Fortnite streams are hella entertaining. There's gonna be the Gul'dan on the side of Macro Trash, and I like this. The Gul'dan also will play well into the Zagara. The creep that will be spread around the map can be cleared out fairly easily, actually by the entire team. The only one that really doesn't have a whole lot of clear for it is Hanzo. If he does go into the exploding arrow at 4, and you know he does land it near a minion that is near I'm forgetting the name of her creep. I forget the actual like name of the thing that's actually she puts down. But either way, Hanzo really doesn't have the only clear. Otherwise, like these teams, I think like this game could be extremely interesting. It's really just how it's played out. I think that's the big part. I hope Taki's having a mildly annoying night. Aw, Zazel. Or, wait. Zal? I think I did that right. Yo, Rag, thank you for the bit donation. We're trying out the pause feature. We will see if that works. Staying up past my bedtime to watch this late cast Bahama Rage Capital Pro. Thank you for the bits. I do appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Let's get into this. Game number 1 between Modo and Macro Trash. On the left, we're going to have Modo with King Dingo on the, on the Muradin there. We are going to be having Zabufu. Oh my god, I did this right before. Mafu. I don't know why. It's like I see it. I'm just like brain fart when it comes to live stream. But Zab will be on the Zagar. We're gonna have Amin on the Junkrat. Sava will be on the Malfurion. That will round it out for Modo. On the right hand side, we're gonna have Macro Trash with Frank Jukes gonna be on that Sonya. Stormtrooper gonna be on the Hanzo. Stu Manchu gonna be on the Joanna. Spurbeck on the Stukov, and Hedgie rounding it out on that Gul'dan. Now top lane, we're actually having a different matchup here. We're going to have the 4-man and top into the Sonya. I'm only going to be the only one down here poking into a couple of these members. Trashman. There you go. Trashman is what I will call you. Go home, Zazzle. All right. So we currently actually... Ooh, and I just saw like the collapse in top lane. And that's actually going to be Modo pushing in and getting the first kill of the game really early here. Grabbing that kill onto the Sonya, as it looks like the members of Macro Trash gonna be pushing down this bottom lane, but I'm gonna get that push or that concussion mine over the wall on Stu Manchu. Though the Iron Skin, as well as taking out that sidewall, will be enough to just keep them safe. The infamous Trash Man. That's even better. Now we are having our lanes kind of shaping out here. Is King Dingo gonna dive in at this time? Gonna get that Umbra Bind on to one of the members. Gonna be pulling in Stu Manchu. Beacon's gonna be activating here in the next 20 so seconds. Stu Manchu a little bit low. That knockback from Junkrat is going to be pushing Spurbeck over the wall, separating them from the team. I do gotta say, this is some strong play coming out from Modo early. At least just consistently pressuring the members of Macro Trash and displacing them from the way I think that they're trying to position. Every time they kind of pumping up a little bit here and going to be pulled in, but Joanna going to go ahead and get that condemn. King Dingo taking quite a bit of damage. Really quickly, though, just to note some of the level 1 talents as they're going to be setting up for this beacon phase. Zagar going to go ahead and take that top fairly easily. We do have Hanzo going into those redemption stacks for that auto attack speed. We do have the corruption out from Hedgie there on the Gul'dan. Do have Jägermeister, who I do believe I missed during the introduction. I do apologize. Jägermeister on that Maev. Going to be having that Umbro Bind, or excuse me, the Bonds of Justice at level 1. So it's a little bit of a hard talent to hit, but still, it pays off dividends. And King Dingo are going to be having that extra sustain here. It looks like top lane is going to be contested a little bit. Bottom lane is going to be starting to go over in favor for the members of Modo here. But they're going to go ahead and actually Macro Trash going to be getting that kill onto the Muradin. Going to hold over bottom lane and top as Frank Jukes pushes back Zabu here. But Jägermeister rotating up. They're going to stall this out at about at 68%. Actually, bottom going to be grabbed by the Junkrat as well. They want to convert this over, trying to get onto this point, but Stormtroopy and friends going to be jumping over here. And looks like Hanzo, ooh, even with the arrow there, going to get the kill. That is going to be another kill for the Hanzo there. Stormtroopy just collecting Zabu Mafu, I believe. Thank you. Thank you, the infamous Trash Man. And that is actually going to be... I'm sorry. I'm looking all around the map, and I'm just checking everything. We do actually lose the Zagara in top lane, but Jägermeister are going to be trying to hold this over, as it looks like they actually are going to be holding top and bottom beacons. For a couple seconds, they're holding over 16 seconds. King Dingo going to be walking out just fine. I was like, King Dingo, this is a little risky. Stu Manchu, though, and a couple of the members of Macro Trash pushing into this bottom lane a little bit, and the more they can open this up, the better it is for them. Bottom lane is their first Zerg wave, so they'll get a lot of value here. Same thing, though, on the side of Modo, as it looks like Frank Jukes will be converting this over. That will be some more charge going over in favor. King Dingo trying to stall this out, but it won't be happening, as it looks like they will be potentially finishing this out. Hanzo finishing those redemption stacks. Stormtroopy trying to get onto King Dingo here. Scatter arrow not going to be connecting, but that will be the first Zerg wave pushing into bottom lane. 100% in bottom, 16% in top. Sonya should have no problem getting the clear on that. I love Mabu Tofu. Mobu Tofu. I don't know, I got mush mouth all of a sudden tonight, but we do have some aggression here. King Dingo gonna have to go ahead and use the leap to get right out of there. Sabo taking some damage from that poke damage from Hedgie, as it looks like they go ahead and clear this bottom lane fairly easily. About 75% on the Zerg waves. It looks like the rest of the team will be rotating out at this time. Maybe gonna go ahead and get a pick onto the Zagara. Now the thing is, they have all this vision, so they will see them making this rotation up. Hedgie gonna get some clear with that Gul'dan on that Fell Flame. It looks like they're going to go ahead and start pushing up top lane. They're going to start swapping over their lanes. I like this play. They're going to put their 4-man in top. This is the strong lane for them, because this will be the next Zerg wave. Frank Duke's going to go ahead and just back off at this time. Hustler going to be spreading. They're not going to be aggressing too much. Bottom lane still needs to be cleared out by a couple members here. Zerg wave is technically just ending in favor for the members of Macro Trash as they take down this gate. And the big thing is, if they can take out well before the rotation comes out, that'll be huge for them. Mostly because the sustain in the lane will be a lot harder for the members of Modo. At this point, 5 members in top from both teams. Sonya going to rotate out and just go ahead and, yeah, rotate into the bottom lane. That will be the solo lane at this point. We do have camps being starting to be picked up for both teams. Overall, it's just going to be camp rotations, and while we have this actually happen, we can go ahead and just peek at some of the talents. And actually, this is the one thing I wanted to note. If I'm not mistaken, 4 talent is typically, we actually see the questing on the grenades for the Junkrat. We're actually going to have a different talent. Yes, because it's typically stacking at level 4, because the increased movement speed after an empty grenade launcher is what we often see at that level 7. So that's interesting. Some changes to some builds here. We do have that Fan of Knives coming out from Maiev. And we actually have, it's not Strangling, Vengeful Roots? Yes, Vengeful Roots coming out from Malfurion as well. Just some good stacking talents coming out here. We do have a little bit of a collapse on Jägermeister, trying to get out with that Blink. Blind's going to be going out from the Joanna. Knockback going to be happening. Poke damage coming out from Junkrat, but overall, this is just going to be members of Macro Trash pushing in this top lane, playing it safe, and meanwhile, Sonya in bottom lane going to be pushed up a little bit. Zagara going to be rotating around here, working to set up that creep and that vision, as we do have Stormtroopy in a bad spot here. The Umbral Bind will be pulling them right back in, and that will be the Hanzo falling at this time, losing a couple of those redemption stacks. Going to need to work those up as they get back up here in the next 15 seconds. Jägermeister a little far forward there. Not going to be getting caught out by the rest of the team as they do back off to tap their well and get ready for the second beacon phase here. We have the Condemn going in. That is going to be the Iron Skin used right in time. Bottom lane, though, going to be held over by Frank Jukes, pushing into Zabu Mafu. I think I got it right that time. Zabu Mafu. So we do have bottom lane being held over by that Sonya fairly well. Stormtrooper back now in with the team. They're going to go ahead and grab this top lane. Rotation coming over. Jägermeister going to be jumping onto this bottom point, delaying this out. They only get about, they get a 12% on the side of Macro Trash here, but they're going to start rotating themselves, looking for a fight. They have the 10 advantage. They want to go ahead and take this fight with the Horrify, Massive Shove, Dragon Arrow, Leap, and also we're going to be having that Blessed Shield out from Stu Manchu there as they do get the knockback, actually pushing them closer to the team. Leap going to be coming out from Frank Jukes. That will be a Hanzo arrow. They set themselves up. That is a Junkrat kill. That is a Malfurion kill. The silence coming out from the Stukov as they chase further. The fear will come out onto the Murden, who I do not believe has a Dwarf Toss in their favor. The rest of the team is going to go ahead and actually get the kill onto the Maiev. King Dingo going to be the next one to fall, and that is also oh, but Zagara with the play into top lane. Zabumafu going to go ahead and grab this beacon, not allowing it to be charged up. But here's the thing. They go ahead and they take advantage with a couple of the members being down. Stu Manchu being popped over the wall at this time. They need to burn this down quickly, making sure that there's an opening on the side. They take that side wall down, start to open up this bottom lane. The gate is already falling. All the members are back, and 10s are achieved on the side of Modo. They are going to be having that Avatar, Warden's Cage, Maw actually from the Zagara, Riptire from the Junkrat. Massive shove coming out, pushing Jägermeister so far back. Stukov was standing still for quite some time. Spurbeck not in the best place for health. Also, going to get that Pestral out. There is going to be the Riptire coming out at this time. It is going to get the kill onto the Stukov as they start to chase this a little bit further. Hedgie getting some poke damage out, but that will be the Zerg Wave going over in favor for Macro Trash during this entire fight. They lost a member, but got the Zerg Wave. Stormtrooper being chased, going to get over that wall without a problem. Top lane is going to have a 100% Zerg Wave barreling down that. They're going to need to deal with this as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, though, bottom lane, Stu Manchu looks like they're aiming to push down a keep. I like this play. I think with the Stukov being down, they're going to go ahead and just, I would say, kind of play this safe and just, you know, open up this bottom lane, maybe get a keep and get catapult pressure. That'll be huge for them. Also, it splits the assets of Modo very, very well. It kind of pulls them, all right, well, we need to put a couple of members in this bottom, so our clear is going to be a little bit harder. They actually leave top completely. They want to take this chase. Stukov is now back, going to get that pushel onto the friendly team, but they want to continue this chase as a lot of the members are full on health. Maiev going to go ahead and get that blink forward. We do currently have the fear coming out. So much damage going to be going on to a couple of members of Modo. Maiev going to be not in the best place, going to be falling. Silence going to be coming out from the Malfurion at this time. King Dingo needing to back off. The Maw going to be letting Spurbeck out at this time. They get that kill, and meanwhile, Zerg Wave just Guardians pushing up, and Guardians unattended are terrifying. They get so much siege value. It's much like, I personally compare it to the Shaman camps on Infernal Shrines and Battlefield of Eternity. You let those things go, they will absolutely destroy your lane, and with the advantage that they have, you know, killing that Maiev, they'll open up this top lane a little bit more. It's not the next Zerg Wave for them, but still having this just added pressure, getting that little bit of an experience gap, and just adding to it is huge for them. It's 13-11 at this time. Macro Trash is going to go ahead and just rotate out. I don't know if they can boss because it's 5v5. They're going to go ahead and take the invade on this camp. With the 13 advantage they have, they want to try and pressure this. It's 2 levels and a talent tier. Let's see how they play this as Frank Jukes will go ahead and start the camp. Stu Manchu going to go ahead and just zone out. There is going to be a little bit of vision out from the poke from Amen as well as Zabumafu on that Zagara, but they go ahead and take away this Bruiser camp from the members of Modo, and I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe they pressure onto the siege camp, maybe even take a fight here as the Unstoppable is used from Stu Manchu. They're going to get onto Savo here. Leap going to be coming out. Hanzo Arrow going to be following up. That will be the kill onto Malfurion. King Dingo going to be leaving this fight, and that will be a huge pick in favor for the members of Macro Trash as they grab this camp. Meanwhile, though, top lane, that camp was pushing the entire time during that fight. They'll have this in the bottom lane. I wouldn't be too surprised to see them maybe rotate onto boss, but it looks like no. They're going to go ahead and open up top lane a little bit more. They have that added pressure from the camp. Jägermeister not in the best spot. Going to get slow. Nope. I thought I saw the slow come out from Spurbeck there, but that is going to be the Riptire coming out at this time. Going to actually hit all 3 members there. Getting a lot of damage out, but the push out from Spurbeck will be enough to keep them alive as the roots will be going on to Stu Manchu. Looking to re-engage. Not going to be happening at this time, though. This bottom lane is being pushed out by the siege camp. We do have the beacon phase, I believe, starting up here, I would say in the next like 45 seconds. At this point, though, the members of Macro Trash are just going to rotate around, get camps, create lane pressure, and that's the best thing you can do in this situation. You don't want to be too far forward. You don't want to deal with any sort of just staggered death this late into the game. If they get a pick, they can swing the momentum in their favor. So I really like the fact that they're just going ahead and just rotating as a solid group. Looking for a pick, though, onto Jägermeister, getting the dismount. We do have Sonya diving in. Jägermeister taking so much damage. Sonya trying to get right in there. We do have the leap coming out, and that will be the Maya falling at this time. The aggressive play coming out from Macro Trash in this game. The Blessed Shield getting out. We have the Fear as well as the Hanzo Arrow. That will be Muradin falling. That Dragon Arrow as well as that Fear. So many items utilized for those 2 kills. But here's the thing. They got 2 big kills. They have camps pushing in bottom and in top. And they're going to be able to get these Zerg charges fairly free and also move on to the boss themselves. I don't think they can really realistically defend this, as Maiev is just about to come back to life, and Muradin has another 10 seconds on them. This is going to be boss with Zerg Wave, and I think this will be pushing counter lanes. I think you'll have the boss in top, and you'll have the Zerg Wave in bottom, purely based because I think the boss will target the strongest lane, and I think that is top lane at this point. And yes, that is going to be what is happening, as it looks like all the members from Modo are back at this time. Stormtrooper going to go ahead and get the vision onto the enemy team as they go ahead and rotate into this fight. Zerg Wave going to be barreling down the bottom lane. Maiev going to go ahead and get... No blink. Okay, I was waiting for the blink. Stu Manchu not going to be getting pulled in by the Umbral Bind. That is going to be some poke damage coming out from Hedgie. Bottom lane, though, they're going to go ahead and get this keep before the Zerg Wave even crashes into it. They have the Reaper. They're looking for the fight, though, on the side of Modo here. The Riptire is going to be coming out inside the Warden's Cage. So many members so low. Hedgie is going to almost be falling, but they turn around right into the Maya. But that is going to be a 2-member Mosh. Frank Jukes out a little bit alone by themselves. Going to have to back off here as they are getting a little bit low. King Dingo not in the best spot as that Maw is going to be ending and getting surrounded by the members of Macro Trash. Looks like Stormtrooper will be leaping over the wall, going to go ahead and get the kill onto Malfear, and working on Alman at this point. Doesn't look like they'll be getting that kill, but with the Zerg Wave and only 2 members up for defense, this looks like it could be game-ending as they set their sights on the core at this time. GGs are thrown out by some of the members of some of these team members, as it looks like Boss will also be pushing down this lane. Game number 1 going over to Macro Trash. GG, well played. Let's get into this. Really quickly, though, to recap for anyone who might have missed the draft of game number 1. First off, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Thank you for coming by. Map bans. Sorry, whenever it comes to game 2, I'm always just like, wait a minute, did I set the banners right? I did set the banners right. It does this hang and I get really worried. We're all good. Banners are on the right side. So Macro Trash won the coin flip. They went ahead and banned out Sky Temple. Dragonshire was the map ban for Modo. Yeah, game number 1 was going to be Braxis Holdout, chosen by Miko. Thank you for that follow. I do appreciate it. I just don't want to say your name wrong because it's a swear word. But thank you. I appreciate the follow. Hope you're having a great night. Do appreciate that support. So we are going to be having Tomb of Spider Queen was the map choice for Modo. Braxis Holdout, the map we just saw, was the choice of Macro Trash, and they won it in a fairly dominating fashion, I do have to say. Yeah, it definitely didn't read the message. I don't know what it is. Like, I checked it earlier, and donation alerts, they read, it's enabled. It's supposed to read the messages. I don't know why it's not. It's confusing to me. I do apologize about that. I'll have to look into it. I'll make a note about it. Donation. I'm going to need a bigger bowl. Yo, Cat Peach, thank you for the host. I do appreciate that. I hope your stream was an absolute blast. Welcome to everyone. This is the Nexus Gaming Series. We are currently casting a Heroic Division matchup between Modo and Macro Trash. This is game number 2. It is a domination league. So it is we're only going to be having 2 games tonight, so this will determine who ends up taking 1 point or potentially 3 points, because if you take both games, your team wins 3 points. If you split, 1 point to each team. Oh yeah, baby. Obliterate that sub button. I hope it needs to be fixed when we're done with it. Thank you, infamous trash man. All right, but let's get into this. We do have the Medivh being banned out on the side of Modo. Garrosh going to be banned out on the side of Macro Trash, not wanting to deal with that repositioning, but they're going to prioritize the Stukov. And we did see that Stukov in game 1 was so very strong. Spurbeck carrying the team on his back. I always want to try and like shout out supports because they never get support, and support. I can say that. We're done saying that word. All right. Sonya and Malfurion going to be picked up on the side of Modo, prioritizing that solo lane very early here, but going to be going ahead and grabbing that Malfurion. I like the start of their draft. They're going to grab 2 strong picks for their... You could realistically play a lot of heroes into these 2, so it's not locking them in any sort of direction. So when the ban phase comes around, it might be a little difficult to target ban. But at this point, Tomb the Spider Queen, they've got their Stukov on the side of Macro Trash. Ooh, okay. So I was thinking... I wasn't actually thinking the Diablo up front. I was like, they're going to need a main tank, and I was actually thinking wave clear and to prioritize the Gul'dan early again because it was such a huge... LOL. It's literally a swear. He's fine with Miko. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. Because I always get worried. Like, I'm like, if I don't say their name fully, like, they might get mad at me. No. Thank you. I appreciate the support, though, Miko. Maiev going to be banned out, so they're not going to want to actually have to deal with that themselves. But the one thing I was going to talk about is I was thinking that they might go into the Gul'dan for the wave clear and the 4-man rotations. How about F? No, because Crazy Ivan, like, I started saying it, and I was like, no. Crazy Ivan. I see you. Also, hi. Thank you for coming by and supporting the stream. Ivan's here? Yeah, Ivan's here. All right, so... we do have that Maya being banned out. Now, they're going to need a main tank, they're going to need wave clear, and they're going to need damage. And so this is what I was kind of talking about. When it comes to target banning, realistically, it's like, all right, what do we not want to deal with? I personally say you take out that ETC. I think the ETC into the Diablo is a little difficult. Or it was a little strong, I guess is the right word. I think that's the better way to say it, actually. Mostly because there is some disrupt coming out from that ETC and the Diablo, mitigating a little bit of the fight from them. Yeah. No, Cat Peach, thank you so much. Your beard looks more fabulous by the day, my friend. Oh, thank you so much. You're going to dorm, right? Because we'll all get to meet at dorm and just party, because I'm super, super excited about it. And it's pretty much been the only thing on my mind for the last couple days. So, okay. Okay, Modo going to be going ahead and grabbing the Kael'thas for their wave clear. Stitches combos well into the Malfurion as well as the Kael'thas. I like this. Supports get no love. Supports do not get much love, and they deserve a lot. Supports. I mean, I have not seen that combo in quite some time, but with the resurgence of Malfurion, I think Kael'thas is really viable. I think, if I'm remembering correctly, yes. So game 2 between Regen and Heroic Difficulty actually picked up a Kael'thas, and I think they used it fairly well. Every time I play Ana, my team thinks I'm a ranged minion. Well, that's because, unfortunately, Ana is a ranged minion. I would rather have a Probius healing me than an Ana.
Host connection detected.
Yo!
Routing
Akuma!
feed now.
Akuma, thank you for that raid. I do appreciate it. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for coming by. Hope your stream was great, man. Hope you guys had an entertaining time. Yes, thank you. I don't know why it doubles up on that, but either way, it's stream labels. It does whatever it wants. But Akuma, thank you for the host and the raid. I do appreciate that support. Hope you guys had a great match. This is game 2 between Modo and Macro Trash. I had to look over there for a second. I am just all over the place. All right, let's get back into this draft, and then we can talk about this. Yeah, Crazy Ivan, you heard me. Yeah, I'm not. You didn't get me on that one. All right, Malthael going to be picked up for that solo lane into the Sonya. I think that's extremely strong. And then Li Ming going to be offering quite a bit of poke damage. So there is a bit of range here. So the Diablo's going to have to play it decently safe. And I think Stukov will, kind of just have to play within the range of a couple of these heroes. Definitely think they've got a lot of tools on their side of Macro Trash to really take a good team fight. But the thing is, you have to consider the single target blow up. And on top of that, I'm thinking... Oh, I was actually thinking Greymane here. I was thinking you get the hook, you get the gravity lapse, you have the root, and just drop. Greymane just rolls his face across the keyboard and just annihilates a single person. Heck yeah, Dorm. Excited. It's gonna be so great. Oh, Taki, you going to dorms too? I can't wait. Huff Daddy Money, how are you doing? Thank you for coming by. Daddy Ba. Thank you guys so much. Oh, there it is. There it is. Well, I'll read it. I'll read it just this one time. Baha Daddy, please love me, Senpai. I need you to cast me. Heart, heart. Please give me us. Please give me us. Stream. Loves Daddy Baha. XOXOXOXOXOXOXO. Fill me with the Baha. Yeah. Thank you for that. Thanks for the support, guys. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into this game too. I'm not sure. I was actually thinking the Greymane instead of the Tychus, mostly because of the single target damage, because that's what I was thinking they would be going into. Rag and Akuma. All right, let's get into this. Game 2 between these two teams. On the left-hand side, we are going to be having Modo with Amin on the Tychus, Savo going to be on the Malfurion, Zabu Mafu going to be on the Sonya, Jägermeister going to be on the Kael'thas, and King Dingo rounding out on the Stitches. We 2015, baby. Oh, yeah, we are. All right, on the right-hand side, we're going to be having Macro Trash up one game with Stormtroopy going to be playing the Junkrat. Frank Juke's going to be on that Malthael. Stu Manchu going to be on the Diablo. Spurbeck going to be on that Stukov, and Hedgie rounding it out on the Li Ming. Let's go ahead and get into this game number 2 between these two teams. Let's see if Macro Trash takes the 2-0 and 3 points, or will Modo go ahead and stop them and only allow the 1 point through and take game number 2? Let's find out. So we do have a hook going out. I gotta say, like, that's the thing that's gonna be terrifying. Every 16 seconds, just is there gonna be a hook gravity lapse root combination with some blow up onto a single target? We're gonna be finding out, as we do currently have Frank Jukes rotating down to that bottom lane against that Sonya, looking like they're going to be taking Fear the Reaper. That's not right. Oh, actually, Fear the Reaper. Yeah, okay. Learning the talents. There we go. There's some hero talents I'm just like, oh, I'm not sure about 100%. All right. Is going to be also, really quickly, it's standard throughout, actually. Stitch is going to be going into the Dampen Magic at level 1. Into the Li Ming, I guess, you know, that does make a lot of sense. There's some ability damage. Some ability damage going to be coming out from her. So that poke damage will be huge just to block that. Typically, we do often see a slam build from the Stitches, but some versatility is always good. We do actually have Amin trying to get that dash right out there. There will be the Stukov, or excuse me, the Stukov silence. Not going to be getting what they're looking for. There's going to be the root right underneath the Diablo, but this is the Diablo, and it is fairly strong here. Not going to need to worry too much about that, as they do continue these rotations fairly even between the two teams as we get into the start of this game. Peeking, though, down into the bottom lane between Frank Jukes and Zabu Mafu. Looks like it's going to be fairly even between the two teams. Curious to see how Frank Jukes deals with the Sonya here, or how Sonya deals with Frank Jukes. Zabu Mafu is like it's such a hard name, so it's just like, oh, just fall back into Sonya every time. But I always try and memorize all the names. Either way, we are going to be just having these rotations back and forth between these two teams. Team of the Spider Queen, just this early game is just a lot of this. We do have some poke damage going out onto King Dingo. Doesn't look like they're going to be looking. I was like, Stu Manchu, you looking for an overpower? But they're going to be saving their abilities. Going to get the root, or excuse me, going to get the hook. No root onto Hedgie there with that second blink out away from just that disruption from Stormtroopy there. It looks like Jägermeister, Savo, and Alman are going to be rotating in the top to go ahead and push this back, and it's fairly even between these two teams as we start out in this game. Really quickly to note, as we get into level 4 here, we do have Diablo souls stacking at 40 out of the 100, or 44 out of the 100, so working their way up. Stormtrooper almost getting hooked there, as we do have a rotation coming out, trying to get out onto Zabu Mafu there, but it's not going to be happening anytime soon, as they rotate right back into lane, looking for more experience as they start to turn in a couple gems on the side of Modo here, and Stormtrooper trying to poke it out, not going to be happening anytime soon. I'm just looking through some talents here. We do currently have Kael'thas at 13 of the necessary, I think, 20 stacks for the Mana Addict at level 1, so I definitely like how quickly they're stacking that up for the Kael'thas. That is a huge asset for them. Also, Kael'thas in these in the lanes for these rotations is quite beneficial for them, as it looks like it's just the back and forth between these two lanes, and that's the big thing at this point is, ooh, we have the gravity lapse as well as the root. Ooh, a lot of damage going on to Stu Manchu. There is going to be the push to heal. They get the Shadow Charge onto a minion to get right out of there, and that will be no Diablo death just yet at 54 stacks on those Black Souls is Almond. A little bit low there from the combo coming out from Hedgie. Meanwhile, though, in bottom lane, Frank Juke's going to be making sure they push into this lane a little bit more and getting close to a turn to themselves on the side of Macro Trash. Now, not Modo Miracle. That was last night. Modo is going to be looking to go ahead and try. Ooh, we currently have a Shadow Charge in on the Jägermeister. Huge blow up, and that will be first kill of the game going over to Macro Trash. It looks like the gems were picked up by the members of Modo there. Going to be going out, not connecting. Junkrat going to be getting some poke damage out, as well as just some vision. We currently have Spurback just zoning a couple of these members away. Savo was the target for a second, but every time I play Diablo, that slides. No. That slides? Or maybe he's talking about the Shadow Charge? Either way, we are going to be having Steve Manchu was maybe looking for a target there. It's just kind of posturing for that overpower, but it's 44 on the side of Modo. King Dingo going to be going ahead and getting those 6 gems turned in. That will be first Web Weaver phase for the members of Modo here as Macro Trash tries to set up the lanes here as best they can, pushing them up as far as possible is realistically your best bet. As Stu Manchu in this bush looking for maybe a pick. They're going to go ahead and dive onto Amon here. There will be the root right underneath the Stu Manchu. Pustule going to be going out, spreading the friendly team. That will be a hook going out. Silence underneath, so they aren't able to get out too much damage, but Zabumafu going to be diving into Stu Manchu, getting a few of those ground smashes, or those slams there and dealing quite a bit of damage, but healing going to be coming out at this time. Junkrat going to be just making sure that they're not on the wrong side of the gate as they go ahead and they prioritize this top lane, and Modo doing this I think is a huge asset for them. I absolutely love that, mostly because of the fact this is boss lane. This is a huge win condition, I do believe, at least in my opinion, on this map, I think is a really, really big win condition for a lot of teams, and it is slightly overlooked by some, but at least it isn't prioritized very early into the game, as much as we are seeing here on the side of Modo. Rotation, though, going to be coming out into mid lane. They open up top quite a bit. Bottom lane didn't look like it got pushed in quite a bit, but Zabumafu might be falling here, and that will be Sonya falling to the Malthael, and that is also going to be about, I think, 20 gems lost there, as Stu Manchu a little bit low. Jägermeister will be falling here. That also will be completing the souls necessary for Stu Manchu. So look to see some extra healing coming out from the level 1 talent there on the side of Diablo as they go ahead and pick up more gems, and they are ready for a turn in themselves. And after this Web Weaver phase, they're probably going to have enough for a back-to-back turn in, as it looks like it will be 8 to, I would say, just about 9 to 9.5. So this is starting to get a little close. Let's see this as we have some poke coming out. Looks like they're going to go ahead and prioritize top lane as well, or at least push it up at this time. Frank Juke's going to be rotating in with the friendly team. They're actually all going to rotate bottom as it looks. Oh, Zabumafu. Spear going to be going out. They're going to be trying to get out. That will be the overpower, and that's going to be a dead Sonya. They pick up that kill into the Sonya. They start to push in bottom lane a little bit hard. Stormtrooper going to be rotating into mid. Actually, just going to be tapping walls. They just prioritize bottom lane. This is just going to be the big push that they're going to make on the side of Macro Trash, and they have the 10 advantage here, so overall, this is, they can play this really aggressive, as Li Ming will be picking up the Wave of Force. Stukov actually going to be going into that Flailing Swipe. We have the Apocalypse, we have Last Rites, and then we also have the Riptire coming out from the Junkrat. So overall, these 10s, nothing too out of the ordinary. I would say Flailing Swipe isn't something we often see, but I think it's just mostly choice at this point. Flailing Swipe, I think, works better with this composition, with what they're being set up with, and especially with the hook as well, in case Stukov does get hooked. We actually don't have Gorge, which is what I was thinking we were going to be having. So it's actually going to be on the Kael'thas. We're going to have the Phoenix from the Kael'thas, Commandeer Odin on the Tychus. Stitches will have that Putrid Bile. Wrath on the Sonya. No leap. And we're going to have that Twilight Dream out from the Malfurion, as it looks like that will be the Putrid Bile coming out. This is going to be the Swipe coming out as well. Riptire going to be out from the Junkrat at this time. Going to be trying to work onto that back line, as that will be Stukov falling very early. Last Rites will be getting onto that Tychus. 1-for-1 trade. Apocalypse out at this time. Zabumafu not in the best positioning, and that will be a kill onto the Sonya. So many of the members are so low. That Kael'thas Chain Bomb doing so much damage. Frank Juke's going to need to tap well, as it looks like they pick up 2 kills. But at the same time, Modo claps back with 1. In this bottom lane, that's just gonna push up a little bit more. Mid lane is gonna be matching up in mid, and top lane, Stormtrooper is gonna be pushing this up a little bit more. They have enough, as I said, for back-to-back turn-ins. Frank Jukes potentially could get this. We'll see if they're gonna allow it, as King Dingo and Savo looking to stall this out as best they can. But Stu Manchu and Hedgie are here to make sure that Frank Jukes gets these last couple gems in. Huge blow-up going to be going out onto Malthael, but they do have Stu Manchu in place to go ahead and pick up the necessary gems. None were lost, but they got that pick, and that's exactly what they need on the side of Modo here, just to kind of set them back, push them back a little bit, make them play a little bit safer on the side of Macro Trash. Stormtrooper is just going to be poking out onto this turn-in point, seeing if anyone's in these bushes for any sort of ganks. They do see that it's just Savo at this time, but they only see that, so a little bit of posturing, no aim to get any sort of kill onto one of those members there, as it looks like top lane just going to be getting clear, starting to prioritize these turn-ins, as it looks like the members of Modo do not want to let Macro Trash get another turn-in at this time, as it looks like they're going to get some poke out. Turn-ins available for both teams. They're going to start prioritizing this bottom, I do think. Nope. It's I'm trying to watch all the lanes at once on the minimap, as well as what's happening in front of us here, as we have the 13 achieved on the side of Macro Trash here, but they just need to get 6 more gems in. Stu Manchu having 21, the main target to get these in. Kael'thas going to interrupt. Huge blow up though going to be coming out onto Kael'thas, as I literally took a drink of water, as we're also going to get the last rights onto the Sonya. That will be the Riptire coming out from the Junkrat. Stormtrooper getting quite a bit of damage on the King Dingo there. There's going to be the hook coming out, but it will only connect onto the minion. They don't go for the turn-in just yet. Stu Manchu looking to do that, as they got those 2 kills. Those staggered deaths are huge for them. I wouldn't be too surprised if maybe they try and go for the boss, but it won't be happening anytime soon. They'll look to just push down top lane as much as they can. Shadow Charge going to be going in on this top lane. And it looks like they want to go ahead, burn this down, open this up, create a boss lane win condition for themselves. And I do got to say, this later half in the game, the Web Weavers at 10 minutes, or excuse me, I guess 11 minutes, will be scaled up quite a bit and will be pushing quite hard. Now, they do have all the members back. Hook going to be going out on the Stu Manchu. Going to just get that Fire Stomp. There will be the root right underneath. The Gravity Labs as well. Just everything just to you know, hinder them a little bit. Phoenix going to go out for some zoning here, but the thing is, they'll just walk right around it. It will do a decent amount of damage, but it's already going to time out, as that will be the top lane fort falling in favor for the members of Macro Trash. We do have a couple of the members going in for a little bit of a fight here. There is going to be the Future Bow coming out from the Stitches, making sure that they kind of back off on the side of Macro Trash. There will be a Concussion Mine right on that gate there. Just watch for that. Maybe see Stormtrooper get that knock on to King Dingo, but it won't be enough to put them too far forward. That is going to be a huge potential blow up onto Stu Manchu. Apocalypse going to be coming out at this point. That will be the kill onto the Diablo. Riptire going to be coming out right on top of that. Haji going to be getting the pustule, as well as the gems that were dropped by Stu Manchu there. The Apocalypse there just to stall that out, and they had enough time to go ahead and grab the gems that were dropped. That's huge, but here's the thing. Bottom lane stacked up so much. Mid lane as well. They're going to need to get the clear on these as quickly as possible. Jägermeister doing what they can on that Kael'thas with the Flame Strikes, but they do lose the mid lane gate, or excuse me, the bottom lane gate, as well as almost the mid lane. Some strong pushes coming out from the members of Macro Trash as they almost achieve 16. Now, the thing is, they don't have enough for turn-in. They are 17 away for that turn-in that they're looking for. On the side of Modo, though, they've got enough in the bank for this turn-in, and look to see that being the priority for them as they go ahead and grab this mid-lane Bruiser camp. Going to be going ahead and having that just barrel down mid as they look for maybe a turn-in on top of that. The Spell Armor on top of the Web Weavers is a huge push power for a team. They start to aggress down this mid, but they know this on the side of Macro Trash, and I would assume they might push into it. Nope, they're going to go ahead and grab their own camp, as well as have the Diablo just kind of stall this out for a few minutes. No boss being picked up or anything. They're going to go ahead and rotate as a 5-member group. It's 15 to 16. They can go for the turn-in, but it's mostly just going to be a delay to allow them to kind of get 16s and push back their lanes a little bit here. Scouting out boss? Or are they going boss? That's the question of the night. They scouted out. Mid lane will be cleared out by Stu Manchu. You see Zabu Mafu in the bushes there. They're going to start... Oh, nope. I was looking at the minimap and I was like, they're going to start boss. No, they're not, actually. But this is going to allow the members of Modo to get the turn-in that they're looking for. I think they go ahead and... That will be the Web Weaver turn-in phase here, and it's 15 to 16. They could technically take this fight. Boss is leashed. It's going to fall off leash at this point. Will disappear off the map. They do know that they're rotating off. Not going to be picking up that boss and just going to go ahead and get the clear here. So they back off on the side of Modo. I really like this play. It's a lot of really smart plays from both teams here. Not taking that boss could have been a little bit too aggressive. And realistically, diving on the boss, if they did go for it, might have been a downfall on the side of Modo. So smart plays. Overall, just getting that web weaver. But here's the thing. Bottom lane. Gonna get burned out really quickly. They can rotate into mid. They'll lose their forts. Get some experience that will push them into the 16 range that they need on the side of Modo here. But top lane got pushed back quite a bit. They'll be able to rotate into this mid. And the same kind of situation that will be happening in mid will be this top. Web weaver will crash into the fort. But it's going to be cleared out maybe before. Oh no, they've got the burn on this. I did not realize how much was stacked up. That is going to be the top fort falling, and it's a nice boss asset for them on the side of Modo here, but they're not going to be playing into this fight whatsoever. They're just going to let the web weaver get cleared out and just back off and go ahead and take the mid lane fort themselves. Also take out that well and make sure the sustain isn't there. Sonya going to be popping Wrath of Berserker. Zabumafu going to go ahead and also pick up the majority of those gems. They only need 2 more, and that's actually sitting in the lane for them right now, as it looks like they're looking for the fight here. Future Bile going to be coming out from the stitches. The Apocalypse is going to be used. That will be the Overpower and Shadow Charge onto the Malfurion. Commandeer going to be coming out from the Tychus, but that will be the Malfurion falling at this time. Riptire out from the Junkrat. They dive right onto Tychus. That will be another kill. Stu Manchu going to get pulled in by King Dingo, but that might have been their own undoing, as it looks like they get the 3-man Gravity Labs, but Stormtrooper going to be going ahead and using the Junkrat mine to push themselves further. Jägermeister taking so much damage. That will be the Shadow Charge right into the wall. Junkrat knockback onto Zabumafu will be getting so much damage here. There is the last rites available. Frank Jukes won't be able to get close enough for it, as it looks like they actually get the Kael'thas from the Junkrat poke? Maybe? I actually didn't see it. But what a fight, as it looks like they have enough for turn-in at this point. But they're going to go ahead and prioritize the boss with the turn-in, and I love this call. Top lane has gate, keep, but they've got 2 dead. Actually, Tychus is going to be coming back at this point, but there's no Kael'thas. I wouldn't say, I won't say this is risky. Poke damage is going to be coming out. Sonya going to be popping Wrath of Berserker. Zabumafu going to be diving in here. They want to take the kill. There will be King Dingo using the Future Bile. That will be Sonya falling to the last rites. That will be also Stu Manchu getting that Shadow Charge in. Also completing the quest. Getting another one as well. Finishing out those souls on top of that. That is going to be a real big, just terrifying Diablo, because just the Shadow Charge at 16 or 13, that devastating charge. 5% of their max health. And it's stacked completely, so it's, you know, it's absolutely ridiculous. And we just saw, I mean, the Shadow Charge just taking out so much health there. So that will be the boss being picked up in favor for the members of Macro Trash as they rotate down. I wouldn't be too surprised to see this just be a turn-in. They stack the boss, they stack the web weavers, they go for the I personally say you try and end off of this. You're going to have 20s easily. You got half a level. I don't think the keep actually... Well, you've got the keep from gate and everything, so maybe. Web weavers, though, will descend probably as the boss falls. Jesus. Kael'thas smushed into the wall, going to be just obliterated. There isn't even a model in the video game shown anymore for that Kael'thas. Sorry, I saw the health go from 100 to 0 from it seemingly a Diablo, but so we do currently have the Overpower going into the Apocalypse. That will be the Tychus falling as well as Malfurion. I think the last right's actually hitting onto that Sonya. Poke damage is going to be coming out from Stormtrooper. There will not be a hook into the gate, as it looks like that will be Web Weaver and boss pushing down the top lane, and they're setting their sights on the core. With this boss and the Web Weaver and 4 dead, I think might try and end this, as it looks like Stu Manchu going to be going on to King Dingo. Hedgie going to be getting some poke damage out as well. GGs are called out. They get the kill onto the Stitches, and that will be game number 2 going over to Macro Trash. GG, well played.